Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to UTC Oxfordshire's first or second live virtual induction event. I'm Sam Knowlton, Principal here, and I'm here in the building, but for obvious reasons, we're unable at this time to invite you on site. I'm really looking forward to meeting you all in person in September. In the meantime, thank you for joining myself and some of my team this afternoon. This is the second time we've done this live event with so many contributors. So although we've had a number of practice runs, please bear with us if it's not quite as smooth as we anticipate. Just some housekeeping. If you've any questions, you should be able to use the chat function at the side. So you just wriggle your mouse and you should come up with the chat bar. There's also opportunities for questions during the sessions and you'll be invited to make those. It would be helpful to switch off your cameras as this will help with your connectivity. I can't see you, so I feel as though I'm presenting to a blank screen, but I know that you're all there. So if you switch your cameras off, that would be helpful. We are recording the event and this, along with the slides, will be available at the end. They'll be emailed out and also put onto the website. We have around 80 Year 12 families with us this afternoon, all with the intention of joining UTC Oxfordshire in September. You may be aware that UTC Oxfordshire opened in 2015 and has 4 year groups, Year 10, 11, 12 and 13, students aged 14 to 19. I joined as principal in April of this year and, like you, have been working virtually since then. So in September, like yourselves, it will be the first time in the building with all of our students on site. I'm really looking forward to that. We specialise in science and engineering, with maths underpinning our excellence. You will hear today from both the science and engineering departments, as well as a brief introduction from teachers and other departments supporting your curriculum. We benefit from being part of Activate Learning Education Trust, which is a multi-academy trust established by Activate Learning. We transform lives through learning by providing exciting and innovative education for young people in partnership with local employers. You'll hear more about that in a bit. Our high standards, collaboration and aspiration for our students support the growing need for high calibre employees in the industry in this local area and nationally. As you're aware, the Thames Valley is one of the areas in the UK that holds high concentrations of small manufacturing businesses, and with the expansion of the Harwell Campus Technology Park just on our doorstep, the opportunity for our young people is huge. So we endeavour to, and are successful at, providing education with purpose. I'm so proud to be the principal welcoming this year group to our UTC, and I hope that your aspirations are as high as our aspirations for you. We are about to begin an exciting journey together, which will expand your imagination and capture your brilliance. I'd like to introduce Lynn as your head of sixth form, and she will guide you through the next steps of our presentation today.
Thank you, Sam. As she said, my name is Lynn Jenkins. I am head of sixth form and I'm also a business studies teacher here at UTC Oxfordshire. I popped my email address on the bottom there, but you'll also find that on our website. So good afternoon. Most of you have already met me either face to face or we've done a sort of virtual interview for our sixth form, and it's so good to see so many of you here to find out a little bit more about our fantastic offer. So today is about giving you a flavour of our sixth form offer. There will be further information sent out to you, so don't worry about what you hear today, just relax and enjoy it. You'll be hearing from teachers and from students and from other staff who are supporting you on your journey. So our sixth form is a great place to study, and we've designed a very engaging and academic enrichment programme to go alongside your sort of chosen pathways. So I thought it would be helpful to summarise our expectations and what you can expect from us coming here in September. It's a professional environment. We really strive to engage students in a hard-working, friendly and professional atmosphere. You'll call your teachers by their first name, and it's very, very sort of purposeful, mutually sort of respectful working environment. We have a great space here. If you haven't been or you'd like a refresher, you can jump onto the virtual tool which is on our website to remind yourself what a fabulous place this is. We strive towards learning excellence, and you can expect to have dedicated subject specialists for all your chosen pathways, as well as our fabulous, well-equipped facilities to support their specialisms. So again, remind yourself of our great labs, teaching spaces, open plan spaces, breakout rooms, and of course the engineering workshops, which is the first thing you see when you come in. You can expect some great destinations and careers advice, and this will run throughout your sixth form. Conversations are happening all the time with your teachers, with me, and with other individuals who are here to support you. Talking about support network, your main support network will be your teacher. You will have a personal tutor that you will see every day. They're there to support you. Myself as head of year, and obviously anybody in the leadership team, to make sure that your journey through to the end of year 13 is as successful as possible. So we don't have many rules and regulations here, because we try and mimic a working environment. So there's no bells. It's a much more professional environment, but we do have some expectations from you to play your role and to make this a very special place to be. Professional conduct, we expect our students to be punctual, as you would in the workplace. We expect you to be in all of your lessons all of the time. So anything that's on your timetable, we expect you to be there. We expect you to wear business dress. So there is no uniform, but also it's not a sort of free-for-all. So I'll come on to business dress and what that actually means later. We expect you to bring the correct equipment. Definitely expect you to get involved with everything. There's loads of opportunities here. That is what makes us different to many sixth forms and many schools. So coming with that positive expectation that you are going to get involved, and hopefully you're going to have fun. So in terms of effort and engagement, ready to learn, willing to learn, respectful for all, and ready to work with staff. And one of the most challenging things about here is embracing change. By applying to join us for sixth form, you already know that you want something different, and we encourage all our sixth form students to try something new every term. It might be an employer-led project, which has got nothing to do with your academic programme, but our sixth formers try something different, and who knows, they might enjoy it. So, having said that, I'm going to hand over to Julie White-Samler, who's our assistant principal, and she's going to talk to you about how we support students whilst they're at UTC Oxfordshire.
Hi, good morning, afternoon, everybody. As Lynn said, I'm Julie. I'm the assistant principal of pastoral care and the Senko here, and I'm also a maths teacher, but only for years 10 and 11. I just want to talk to you briefly about student support in the sixth form. I think as many of you have come from our year 10 and 11 in the UTC, some of these details will be known to you, but I think it's important to explain how things work for sixth formers. I think the most important thing to point out is that sixth form study can be quite challenging. You're basically ramping it up a level in terms of the expectation and the levels of independence, and that can sometimes cause anxiety or worries. It can cause a need for a level of organisation and personal planning and readiness that you don't feel you're able to meet. And it also can require you to process quite a lot of quite complicated information in a verbal format, which could present you with challenges. So in that the education essentially ramps itself up, you may face greater challenge than you did in your previous schooling. And I think what's really important to us is that you're able to express that and that you also know that it's normal. So we would expect somebody to come. I'm really sorry, there's a visitor in the building making a terrible amount of noise. We expect you to have those difficulties, and what we want you to do is to make sure that you talk to our pastoral team.
Hi, as always, technical difficulties, and Julie appears to be frozen, so I'm going to just finish off this part of it. I think what Julie was going to talk about was the fact that we don't expect you to be thinking before you put your hand up and say, could I have some help? We do some transition screening. So if you're new to UTC, we'll ask you to do some tests, not things that you can prepare for, just to assess your level of literacy and check that there's no things that we need to know. If you have already been at UTC, we'll have done that. And we use that information really to help us to understand you and what kind of support that we can offer you. We have some transition information comes with your school files, but traditionally for sixth form, this can be a bit slow. So please, we would like you to come and talk to us either before you arrive or when you first arrive, so that we can put in place all the support that you need in order to be successful. And that honesty is really, really important. So please let us know what we can do in order to support you. So coming back to the sort of head of sixth form role, part of my discussion is really to say to you the next thing, if we were in the hall, I would be introducing you to some of the staff here at UTC. If you're coming to us from another school, a bit daunting, nice to sort of see who it is and who we are. So I would be talking to you about the staff at UTC, and so we're going to take a brave step and allow them to introduce themselves. It's a pre-record, and then after we've done that, we will. I'm going to ask you to drop out of your this meeting. Use the link that was sent to you and to join the specialist pathway. So don't worry too much about the pathways. We've sorted all our students into engineering, business or science. If you're doing A-levels in maths, that means that you need to be in the science one. So choose that, and there's an opportunity for you to listen to some pre-record, but also to talk to a senior member of staff in that subject area. So that'll be about 10 minutes. And then come back and we'll take it from there. Okay, so let's have a look at our teaching staff at UTC Oxfordshire.
My name is Andy Sutton and I'm part of the science team at UTC Oxfordshire. I teach physics and chemistry, and I particularly enjoy teaching the practical aspects of chemistry at both GCSE and A-level.
Hello. My name's Chris. I teach computing science and A-level maths.
Hello, my name's Georgina Phillips. I'm a teacher product design at UTC Oxfordshire, part of the engineering department. We do GCSE and A-level product design. Can't wait for September to see you all.
Hi, I'm Glenn. I'm Vice Principal of UTC and I teach biology and science.
Hello everyone, I'm Judy. I'm a science teacher here at the UTC. Specialise in chemistry, and so I also teach that at A-level. We're looking forward to meeting you in September and welcoming you to the science department.
Hi, I'm Julie. I teach maths for year 10 and 11. I'm also the SENCO and the assistant principal in charge of pastoral care.
Kate. I really enjoy working at the UTC. I teach maths, GCSE, A-level maths, core maths, and also maths to the engineering students.
Hello. My name's Kieran. I'm Head of Science at UTC Oxfordshire, and I'm really looking forward to launching our new courses in psychology and astronomy this year.
Hiya, I'm Luke. I'm one of the maths teachers at the UTC. I'm head of year 11 next year as well, so it might be that you see me around the school or in assemblies or other whole school events.
Hello, my name is Lynn Jenkins and I teach business studies at UTC Oxfordshire.
Hello. My name is Marianne Brunier. I teach English and English literature at the UTC. I'm looking forward to meeting you in September. I'll be teaching quite a lot of you. I hope you enjoy English language and English literature as much as I enjoy teaching it, and I'll see you then.
Hi, my name's Nicola and I'm a fully qualified mathematics teacher here at the UTC.
Hi, I'm Paul and I'm Head of Maths at UTC Oxfordshire.
Hi, my name's Richard and I teach engineering here at UTC Oxfordshire.
Hi, I'm Rosie. I'm a science teacher at the UTC. I teach mainly GCSE physics with a bit of GCSE biology. I also teach A-level physics. I'm really looking forward to meeting you all in September.
Hi, my name is Tim and I teach product design and engineering.
Hi, my name's Tom. I teach engineering and business studies.
Hi Year 10, my name's Vicky Knight and I'll be your head of year. I'll also be teaching some of you for history and English. Can't wait to see you and look forward to getting started.
Hi, I'm Jen Edwards. I teach geography. I'm also the teaching and learning lead for UTC Oxfordshire and I look forward to meeting you in September.
I'm glad I have come to the UTC because it's very different from any other school I've been to. It's a small school, so you get to know the teachers and students quite well.
I chose to come to UTC because I saw the amount of respect teachers got from the students and teachers gave to the students. I really enjoy the relationship the students have with the teachers, for example, calling each other by first names, asking and getting help anytime, even during between breaks.
I'm glad I came to the UTC because the environment is a lot nicer than my old school. It's a lot more focused and you're with people who want to learn.
There are so many reasons I'm glad I came to the UTC. It is a great school for scientists and engineers. For me, personally, the top reason I'm glad I came there was the opportunities. The UTC has given me amazing opportunities that, to me, are invaluable.
My favourite thing about the UTC is the engineering labs because of the amount of things that you get to do, like building stuff and designing things. I think it's very good for what it is. You don't usually find it in any other school.
My favourite thing about the UTC is that the teachers treat you like adults. You have a much more mature relationship with them and it motivates you more as a student.
My favourite thing about the UTC is the attitude and environment towards and around learning. We as students aren't treated as children, we're treated like members of a company. The UTC has such a business-like atmosphere. It doesn't make you feel as though you're at school, you feel like you're at work. And for me, that really focuses my mind to get my head down and work like I'm in a business, which is brilliant. Teachers don't treat you like students. They treat you like a colleague, and that relation between student and teacher, for me, is critical. If I don't particularly feel like I can talk to a teacher, I find it very hard to learn. And at the UTC, I've never had that problem. I've always felt that I can talk to the teacher because I'm treated like a colleague and not like a student. And that relationship makes teachers very approachable and very friendly, which is great. And my favourite thing about the UTC.
Something that makes the UTC differ from any other school is ELP, or Employer-Led Projects. It is very interesting because a company sends out a few people to come into school and they will explain to you stuff about that company and they want you to do something, for example, a project. So for every year group, they will tell you a project. I like ELP. It's very interesting. You get to do a lot of teamwork and you would not find it in any of the schools. It's very, very cool.
ELP has given me the confidence and the skills to present to potential employers.
ELP has helped me in two main ways. Firstly, it's boosted my confidence when presenting. At the start of year 10, I'd never presented before. I might have done one or two occasional small presentations to small groups of people at my previous school, but I never presented in a boardroom to any more than 3 people, really. And so for me, I wasn't very confident when I was presenting. I was looking at the floor, or just reading off a screen, which isn't a good way to present. And the UTC has really helped me learn how to present and boost my confidence when I'm presenting. So now I can look my audience in the eye. I don't have to read off a screen. I can talk to people and I can answer questions as we go, which is really valuable in the workplace. The second way ELP has helped me is that I've learned to be a better team player. At the start of year 10, always thought I was a pretty good team player. You know, I can do my bit, I can lead a team really well. And the UTC's taught me how to lead a team properly and well so I could delegate. I instruct people what to do and not micromanage them, and end up doing more work for myself so I can lead a team in a constructive way, which is brilliant. But it's also, perhaps more importantly, taught me how to be led in a team so I can be part of a unit and contribute and support whilst not taking control, which is valuable in a team and in the workplace.
I wouldn't think that there was anything that I needed to know before entering the UTC, because it kind of is, it's all self-explanatory and it's all student friendly.
One thing I wish I knew before attending UTC is that even though the longer days seem daunting, you get used to them and they start going by very quickly.
If I could give one piece of advice, it would be to make good use of your time. We get a lot of study periods, so make sure to plan out which hour you will be studying in and which ones you will want to take a break in.
So the UTC is a business-like environment, and it proudly says that a lot, and it is one of my favourite things about the UTC. But before I started, I was quite scared about asking for help. I thought, it's a business, you can't do that, you have to be able to do everything on your own, individually. I already find it quite hard to ask for help, but I thought it would be scarier at the UTC because everyone treats it like a business. I found out very quickly when I started the UTC that it is not true at all. You can ask anyone for help, staff, student, anyone. It doesn't matter who, they will try and help you the best you can, and if they don't know, they'll turn you on to someone who does. And that, as soon as I found that out, I was a lot more relaxed and I asked for help much easier. In fact, it actively encouraged me to ask for help because everyone was just so friendly, and I could ask anyone if I didn't understand something, which is truly brilliant. And I think if I knew that, it probably would have made my transition a little bit easier. But that is my one thing I wish I knew, that you can ask anyone you like for help because everyone will try and help you at the UTC.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to unmute my mic. So it's always good to hear from students. I really hope that you enjoyed finding out a little bit about your chosen pathways. Don't forget, in sixth form, they are not yet set in stone. We've got a lot to do, so please don't worry if you think, I wish I'd seen the engineering one. You can have a look at that online when the recording goes live. So that's there for you. So the next thing, some of the students refer to this ELP thing. So the next thing I would like to do is to introduce you to Richard Harrell, who's one of our assistant principals, and he's going to talk to you about this really important part of UTC life.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Richard, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about employer-led projects. I'm in charge of the curriculum and the timetable for my sins here at UTC Oxfordshire, and I'm also an engineering teacher. So if you've chosen engineering, then we'll be having a lesson of some description together. Most likely it will be with an electronics or an electrical bias, because that tends to be my specialism. So ELP, I realise I'm talking to some students that may know a little bit about this if you've been with us before, but if you haven't and you don't know much about this, then I'm sort of really aiming this at you guys. So ELP on a Wednesday, what we do is we basically collapse the timetable, and for 2 hours you will be working on projects with our employers. They'll be coming in and working with you, hopefully on real actual live projects that they're working on. That's a big undertaking for a school or a college. So the question really is, why do we do this? And in fact, the real reason that sits behind ELP is to develop your employability skills. So what we did is we went to all of our employer partners and we said to them, what are you looking for from our students? And between all of these people and ourselves, we came up with the 8 key employability skills. And these are leadership, problem solving, communication, teamwork, initiative, planning and organizing, resilience, self-awareness, and management. So we've got a matrices with all of these on, and it's broken down so you can really track your progress and see where you've got gaps in your knowledge and your skills and where you're doing really well. During your time here, during the ELP sessions, you'll be working with multiple companies. And what's really nice about this is that they're knocking on our door, really, because you've already made a commitment to science, technology, engineering and mathematics subjects simply by saying you're coming to us. So because you've already made that commitment, they're looking for a talent pipeline really for their organisation. Some of these have ageing workforces and they're really looking for that next generation of skilled workers. And that's what we're aiming to do, is to prepare you for that world of work. So you'll be working with companies such as the United Kingdom Atomic Energy Authority, UKAEA, or Network Rail or Crown Packaging, massive companies, or BMW Mini, And very often you'll be presenting your work and your projects to really quite senior members of these companies. The types of projects that you might be working on with these companies are things like designing car parts for the electric Mini. So they've just launched, as you know, the electric BMW Mini. You might be using our robotics kits. We've got some VEX kits here at the UTC to create sorting or remote handling solutions for UKAEA. So this particular project they've actually purchased for us, one of our employees, UKAEA. They've bought these mini cameras that are battery powered and some VR headsets so that when we attach these to the robots that you've built, you can actually see what the robot sees. It's an astonishing ELP. You'd be developing resealable can solutions for Crown packaging. So this is an area of development for Crown at the moment, and this is an area they're really trying to push into. So they're looking for innovative ideas, and so they need creative, young, professional minds like yourselves. So they come to us, and that's what they're getting. Also, solving serious network rail issues. This is an interesting one. Leaves on the line, would you believe it? So leaves on the line. When I first sat in the meeting for this and we were trying to work out the project, I have to say, I did laugh. I did say, surely that's just something you tell the people waiting on the platform that the train is late, there's leaves on the line. Apparently, that's not the case. In fact, not only is it not the case, it's costing Network Rail £23,500 a day as a result of this issue. So they do have a solution to it, but their solution's pretty poor. So they're looking for better solutions, and where better to come but someone like us. So ELP, it's exciting. I mean, if you are the sort of person that is quite curious about how things work and you like to come up with solutions and working as part of a team, or even on your own as part of a team and developing that part of your team working, if you'd like that chance to come and work with real employers on actual projects that they're working on and they're interested in, and you want to stand out from the crowd, who doesn't want to stand out from the crowd? If you've got all of these things, all of these projects, all this experience on your CV at the end of your schooling here, you can't help but stand out from the crowd in that first interview when you're sat there next to someone else, I'm hoping from another school, and you say, look what I've achieved in the time I've been at UTC Oxfordshire. They won't, you can't help but be impressed by that. So I think you're really going to love what we're doing in our ELP projects. It has a lot of things for everyone. So with that, I'm going to wrap up, and I'm going to say stay safe, and we are really looking forward to seeing you in September in a real building, not on virtually like this. And now I'm going to hand you back over to your new head of sixth form, which is Lynn. So thanks, Lynn.
Thank you, Richard. I hope you all agree that ELP is really something to embrace if you're coming to our sixth form. The amount of students I've sat and done personal statements with, CVs with, and it's the ELP experience that they're putting on there very proudly as their main point of difference, so that they can get in the yes pile. So I thought I'd just finish off my session here with some frequently asked questions. So I've tried to think of things that you might want to know, or that I would want to know if I was joining a sixth form. Firstly, most importantly, what's school day look like? So this is on our website. You can look at it another time. We start the day at 8:40. So whether you're in year 10, 11, 12 or 13, you need to be on site at 8:40. You will then be registered in, and you will meet with your personal tutor. And we have a range of activities that will carry you through that first 20 minutes of the day. Our lessons are 1 hour long, so we have a swift handover between our lessons, and then we have a short break in the morning, same again, then slightly longer break for lunch, and then we finish the day at 4 o'clock. Sixth form students, unlike year 10 and 11, will have some independent study periods. Now, our sixth form, as I said to you, the expectation is that we're purposeful and professional at all times. So we don't actually supervise that free time. We give you a range of sort of places where you can work, and most of our students will be getting on with homework, with revision, with preparation and with assignments. So it's a really good opportunity for you to not have to drag home piles and piles of books. You will have some work to do at home, but you also have an opportunity to study here in this environment using our equipment, which is a great thing. Right, so the next sort of question I get asked a lot is business dress, and the key is boardroom ready. So we expect our students to be dressed as they would for the boardroom. We used to have sort of dress for work, but then of course we all dress slightly differently for work depending on our job. So let me just make it really clear, it's formal dress, and the staff will mirror that. We will also be in formal dress. So we need to make sure that our sixth formers, along with the rest of the school, are dressed appropriately. Now it's June, you've got time to sort of plan for this. It doesn't have to be expensive. It can just be, as I said, shirt, formal sort of skirt or trousers that you might wear for an interview, a jacket, or actually a plain sweater with no logos on it at all if it's cold in the winter. We're lucky, we work in a lovely building, the temperature is quite consistent throughout the year. Suitable footwear. We come around to this time and time again, and I know that those of you who are watching this who are parents will be pleased to know, really clear, trainers and canvas shoes are not suitable, regardless as to what other students say. So make sure that you'll come to school in a formal business shoe, one that's closed in. Keep the lovely shoes for the weekend and for nights out, please. We do have industry standard workshops and science labs, and so safety is important to us. So we're going to ask all of our sixth form students who are doing science or engineering, and I don't think anyone's doing both, to furnish themselves with a lab coat and safety goggles. I'm sure you'll understand why now more than ever it's important that you have your own. So we will be sending out details of how you can purchase those and where you can purchase them. If you are working in a workshop, so if you're working in an engineering workshop or doing product design, we will require you to wear safety shoes. Again, we'll send you further information as to what those are. It's not anything to worry about, but if you think about it, we have industry standard facilities here. If you go to work in any other workshop or science lab, you would expect to be safe, and we want you to be safe here. So that's all I have to say for clothes. I'm sure it won't be an issue. Just in case you don't know what smart people look like, oh, you've taken them away. Here they are. Look, here's some smart students along with our very smart Vice Principal, Glenn Young. Just giving you an indication of what sort of attire is appropriate. And we didn't just set this up, you know, say, please look smart on this particular day. We have potential employers on site all the time. We have visitors. You will be asked to do tours and talks and talk to these people because it's a business-like work environment. So you need to make sure that you're dressed appropriately so you don't let yourself down. So moving on, there are some things that are different about sixth form. Usually after the first full term, 2 terms, up until Christmas, I can then invite some of our year 12s to apply for a sixth form study pass. And this may give you permission to leave site at lunchtime or to sign off site after your last lesson of the day. So whilst we're purposeful, we accept that as slightly older students, you should have some privileges that go with being in our sixth form. And so if you're up to date with your work, then you can indeed, we trust you to not leave site if you have work outstanding. Another nice thing about being in sixth form is we've got great gym. And our sixth form students are allowed to use the gym. You can have, at the beginning of term, there'll be some induction from our gym manager. And sixth formers can use the gym during the day in allocated slots. So it's quite nice if you've got an independent study period, and as Agota said in the sort of student talk, you plan to do your work and you've got a free, then if the gym is available to you, you can pop down and go and work out. And we accept that, you know, having that light and shade is really, really important to make sure that you get the best out of your lessons. So the last thing I wanted to say is financial support. So there is a 16 to 19 bursary fund, and details of this will be sent out in your pack and will be on our website. We have a sort of policy behind it. So if you have been in receipt of pupil premium whilst you were at school, or if you think you might be eligible for financial assistance, then you can apply to that. So again, not something that we want our students to worry about. So the last thing I thought of when I was sort of thinking of frequently asked questions is this one: how do we enrol for year 12? You have been in an extraordinary situation, and I know that some of you are very anxious about your GCSE results because you haven't had the privilege of sitting that exam. We know that, we are fully aware of that. What happens next? the majority of you who have come to this event have a conditional offer from UTC to join us, and we sincerely hope that you do join us. Our overall goal is that you are on the best course for you, that you are going to find your sixth form exciting, inspiring, and you're going to come away with some qualifications which allow you to do something exciting at the end of it. So our role is to try and make sure that we've got the best course for you, and we will have those conversations on results day. So once you collect your GCSE results, if you're a UTC student, then you'll be here. We'll be here too, so we'll have those conversations. Is this still the best thing for you? How do your GCSE results, how did they go? Are you going to retake any? And equally, if you're an external applicant and you collect your results either online or you go to your school, then please get in touch with us. Don't just walk away. We are here to help. If you've expressed an interest in being here, then in all probability this is the right place for you. And we just have a look at our courses and where we think you are likely to thrive. So please don't let results day. I know it will make you anxious, especially if you haven't been in the exam hall. Please try not to. And as Glenn said in the chat earlier, can you make sure that you get in touch with us if you have any worries or any questions on results day? All that happens on results day, we have a really simple enrolment process. You give us your results and a member of the sort of leadership team or staff here sign off saying, yep, that's still what you want to do, and you're in. And we take it from there and we start planning for our first day of term, which is the 3rd of September. So there's lots and lots to be excited about, and you know, we want to support you. You've had a long time off, so please don't let this be a cause for anxiety. So the last bit is to see if anybody has put any questions in the room at the moment that we can answer before I hand back to Sam. So I'm just scanning down to have a look at them. So people have asked about you know, how do I know whether I got my place? Get in touch with us on the day. If you are thinking, somebody's asked if you're thinking about maths and physics, well, for a start, you've come to the right place. What else would go with it? Or, you know, anything you like. We've got computer science, we've got further maths, we've got chemistry and biology. I suggest if that's your area of interest, then let's have a chat on results day and see what you feel is going to work for you. So we have an area for sixth form students because the younger students at UTC. So the question is, are there areas for sixth form only students? Yes, we have an open plan learning resource area here, and because the year 10s and 11s do not have free periods, it's just year 12 and 13 who use that. Secure password Wi-Fi, I'm going to pass on that because I actually don't know. I'm going to assume so, we're a school. Email result on results day, you can come to me, you can send your results to me or just to the inquiries, so pick it up off the website. Please don't worry about that, we're all here, so however you feel comfortable telling us about your results, then please do that. If you're an external student, yes, please, just will you, on results day, again, will you just send me an email? So we have we're hoping at the moment to be here in person on the 3rd of September. I'm sure Sam will tell you, you know, our thoughts on that, but it looks like government guidelines are going that way. If you're doing an engineering diploma in sixth form, what subjects does that include, or is it just engineering? Usually most students just do that. It's worth 3 A levels, so it's a very comprehensive, busy sort of timetable that you're already going to have. You may be doing AS and core mathematics alongside that, unless you're doing A level mathematics. So we like to keep our students busy. We like them to be overqualified for whatever they're going to do next. How do we get in touch? Yes, as I said, I think we've answered all that. If you are a GCSE student, we'll be in touch with you. If you're a UTC student, we'll be in touch with you and telling you how you can come and collect your results on the day. The last question is about phone policy. So the lower end of our school, we ask them to put their phones away for the whole of the day. Sixth form students, we're trying again to recognise the fact that you're a little bit more mature. Hopefully you're able to make better informed decisions. So you may bring your phone to school. You must not have it out in lessons under any circumstances. But we do, at the moment, we'll see how it goes, we do trust you to have use of your phone in your independent study periods for the time being, as long as you're using them responsibly and in the appropriate areas. So again, it's that transition. If you were at work, you wouldn't be on your phone during a meeting, but you might have access to your phone in a quiet time in the workplace. So our phone policy is slightly more relaxed. But of course, if it starts to get in the way of learning, then I'll always review that. So before I stumble over any more of my words, I think that's all the questions that we've answered. Thank you very much. I'm really looking forward to being your head of year in September. I can't wait to start because, like you, we've been doing remote learning. So looking forward to meeting all of you and having a sort of live induction day so that we can all get to know each other better. But I'd like to hand back to our principal, to Sam Knowlton, who's going to close this session. Thank you.
Thank you, folks. Thank you, Lynn, for handing over. Okay, we hope you've enjoyed the event today. There's some questions raised over what September will look like, and we're aiming to keep everybody safe. But communications will come out. We're hoping, according to the government, that we'll all be back in school in September. So that's the aim there. So we hope you've enjoyed the event today, as I've said. Parents, please can you take the opportunity to join our UTC Oxfordshire Parents Facebook group. It's a closed private group and gives you a community connection across other parents with other parents in the school. Students, we've got Instagram, we've got Instagram and Facebook, and we've also got Twitter. So you can follow us on those, that would be really good. And if you've got any further questions or feedback from us, then please either use the email address on which the instructions for the event were given. You can use the email addresses that have been given during this presentation. And as I said at the beginning, the presentation will be put onto the website along with the slides. There will be an induction pack sent home with some links to various suppliers for lab coats, for safety shoes, those things that you've heard there. And we will obviously keep you up to date with the progress in terms of what results day will look like in August for everyone. And in addition, on our website, we've got a couple of virtual tours. If you want to remind yourself either of what the building looks like, or you want to see me in a cupboard, there we go, that's got you intrigued, or you just want to have a look around the UTC in that virtual way because you've not been able to come onto site and see what we've got to offer. So thank you so much for joining us. We are all really looking forward to welcoming you in September. So stay safe and thank you for joining.